Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tamira here. I am so excited. And before we get started, I want to welcome Kendra KD to DBA. I am so excited. You decided to take the plunge in the midnight hour last night, and you have decided to become a part of the DBA community. Kendra is a mom of a 10-year-old and 5 weeks away from expecting her new baby. She's going through tremendous life change right now, and she is looking to, be able to generate some income while she's home with her newborn. And so we've been chatting, and she decided to take the plunge and join the DBA community last night. And so we are very excited and welcome her to the community. Come on in, because I got tea today. What's tea? Well, you got to stick around to find out. So come on in, let me know where you are watching from. I want to make sure that you can hear me too. So if you can hear me, drop a 1 below. We are here. We are getting everything going. Going to talk about some tea today. Okay? Come on in. I'm getting this shared out. Feel free to share this out as well. Feel free to share this out. Come on in. And let's get going. Let's talk. Good morning and welcome, Juju. Welcome. Very happy to have you here. I got tea. It is piping hot, and we are going to talk. And I want to say that everything we are going to talk about, number one, I don't go live and I'm not passive aggressive. So this is not, and be passive aggressive, right? This is not about throwing shade at any one person or any group of individuals, right? Collectively or individually. This is Digital Marketing Auntie showing up and just sharing some wisdom, right? The number one thing I love about being a part of the DBA community is the youthfulness and how that energizes me, because for a year now I have been preaching the gospel. You can go on my page and you can see all of the speaking that I've been doing and continue to do, teaching. The future is now 5 shifts impacting marketing today, okay? I'm out here. I'm on y'all side. I am trying to teach these, I am teaching these boomers, teaching my generation, Gen X, how to modernize our skill set, how to change our mindset and get with the times, okay? Because, just a little bit of a backstory. Good morning, Lifted as I lift, Life of a Misfit. Oh, that's cute, Life of a Misfit too. Welcome. And my own backstory. I have over 30 years of sales, marketing, and leadership experience, double master's degree marketing and finance, bachelor's degree in marketing with a side of Espanol, okay? So I have been around the block several times, okay? And there are things that I just know. I have worked with major brands since 2 weeks out of high school. Got my high school diploma, graduated with a 3-month-old and scholarship to college, and was part of a program of talented and gifted individuals that allowed me to work at a company that markets major consumer brands that you use and know, okay? Many brands that I grew up on. It was so cool working there. I have worked with the likes of Disney, United Airways, Southwest Airlines, Universal Studio, Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, JP Morgan Chase Bank, Northwestern Mutual Financial. So I have, a pretty impressive resume, but I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you that one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, there are always going to be new products, new companies, new technologies that come in and disrupt the market, okay? So where is this going? Where is this going, Tamira? I am here to tell you, if you are a course creator, if you are a digital marketer, if you are a freelancer, a side hustler, right? If you are feeling like I'm hearing out on the streets, oh, digital marketing, you know, the way they're selling these digital marketing courses and MRR courses is making us all look bad. No, no. Anybody who holds everybody responsible for the acts of one person is wrong, okay? They're wrong. I'm here to tell you that, right? What you're feeling is the disruption. What you're feeling is uncomfort. Discomfort. What you're feeling is uncertainty. What you're feeling is lack of confidence. What you're feeling is lack of self-worth. Because I guarantee you, if you were to examine your business right now, you are going to find a few things. Number one, you're probably not giving it everything that you can and should be giving it, right? Because some of us, we get to a point where we kind of can ride and coast on easy street. And now here comes all these people talking about MRR, and it's disrupting you being able to ride on easy street. So you might have to go back to working a little harder, right? You might have to up your game. It might be time for you to up your game, okay? I've been there several times throughout my career where it's like, okay, I've been working hard and I just want to chill. I want to get to that point, because we view ourselves and we use the measuring stick of a certain demographic, and it looks like they're just coasting and they're just chilling and they're mediocre, and they probably are. I ain't gonna lie to you, they probably are. And we just keep going for that golden ticket. We just want that golden ticket where we can do that same thing, where we can just coast and ride, okay? And I'm not gonna say it is for us or not for us to do that, but what I am going to tell you, even they sometimes get a shakeup. They get a shakeup, and that shakeup makes them have to re-examine their own business, right? And so I just beg you, I question you, I implore you, before you go ahead and you blame MRR, and I'm not saying everybody is selling it right, because they aren't, and I've made content about it. Not everybody is selling it right? But not everybody is selling insurance right. Not everybody is selling real estate right. Not everybody is selling healthcare right. Not everybody is selling all kinds of things with ethics and integrity, okay? What I can tell you is that I joined the DBA community because the one thing I noticed is it is being sold with integrity and ethically. People are saying this is not a get rich quick thing, right? People are saying you do have to do the work. You just can't buy this and poof, you're going to be making thousands of dollars overnight in your sleep. There are certain things that you have to do, and you have the community here to support you and gather around you in doing that, okay? So you have to know that disruptions come along. And those disruptions, when you start to feel that uneasiness, this is what I've learned, okay? You can chew the meat and spit out the bones, as M would say. You can chew the meat and spit out the bones. When I feel that discomfort, I know I need to journal. I know I need to do some examining of my business, right? Am I actually reaching out to enough people, right? Because there's active marketing and there's passive marketing, but everybody don't want to have that conversation. Everybody just wants to do the passive part. They just want to throw up content. They just want to put content out there and let it come to you. But if it's not coming to you fast enough, if not enough is coming to you, you don't own these social media, so you can't control if they're going to show your content to more than 200 people. By the way, there are people making money and they're only getting on average 200 views. And with less than 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers. Some less than 500 followers, right? So, you know, is it your content, right? Are you doing enough activities? Are you doing the income producing activities? Because there are still income producing activities in this, right? Your content. If all your content is entertaining and meant to bring people in, that's not the same content that's going to convert. So you got to look at all of these things. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how much experience you have. Because what I can tell you is what I bring to the table, baby. And I built the table. Not only did I build the table, I've torn the table down and rebuilt it multiple times over. And this is the process that I go to. I first stop blaming and making excuses, right? I give myself 24 hours to vent. And after that, it's time for introspection. That means I'm going to look within. The call is coming from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house. Welcome, Mikey. The call is coming from inside the house. It is time to do an examination first of your mindset and your belief And then you got to look within your business. Where do you need to fortify the base? And one thing, I'm going to just give it to y'all. I'm going to tell you up front. A lot of course creators, coaches, digital marketers, you are underpriced. You are grossly underpriced for your talent, for your experience, and for what all you bring to the table. We want to say, oh, these other people, y'all know what I'm talking about, they can make more money than us. But usually it's because they ask, if not command and demand it. Right? And I've been through this. Let me tell you, I've been through this. We just don't believe that someone else is going to give it to us because we are constantly being fed that there is this gap and that they can get more than we can. And there might be some truth to that. But your goal is to go into it and get more than you got the last time. Amen? You've got to know enough of your own self-worth. You've got to know enough of what you bring to the table and stop worrying about if they can pay for it, especially when you can use Afterpay and Klarna and they can split it up into payment plans. Because baby, if they want it, they're going to get it. Right? And I'm not saying that in a predatory way. I am just speaking for real, for real. I have watched some of y'all lives and I cannot believe that some of you are still offering products for less than $400 or $500. And then because of number one, the results and social proof that you have. Even with the large communities that some of you have, even with the amount of traffic that you drive, you are giving your product away and you need to stop. You need to look at your products and do a competitive analysis compared to what others have. None of this, oh, but my market is different. My customers are different. My customers can't afford it. Baby, they afford in crab legs. They afford in Miami. They afford in Puerto Rico. They afford in Nicaragua. They're affording Panama. They're affording all these places that they're going. They're affording all the clothes and the designer bags and the hair and the nails. They can afford you too. It is a matter of how bad they want it. Your value is there. Your value is there. Your results are there. It is time to look at and raise your prices. And if you raise your prices and you start getting less customers, in some of y'all cases, that is actually a good thing. You need less customers, right? You need less customers because the amount of customers that you have is causing havoc on your life, on your health, because you're stretched too thin. Okay, you are stretched too thin. You have to know at what point you need to raise your price to keep things manageable and balanced for you. Okay? The goal is to get to the point where you can name your price and be picky about who it is that you work with. And you can do that by having different products at different price points. Okay? You've heard me come on here live and talk about it all the time. Welcome, Frank. Welcome, Yolanda. Okay? That I'll tell you what to do for free. I'll tell you how to do it for money. I'll do it with you for more money. And I'll do it for you for the most money. So you need to have low, medium, and high ticket pricing. Okay? You need to make it so that it is almost impossible to get a one-on-one with you. You need to guard your time. You need to guard your time. So you want to have one-to-many, but even some of your one-to-many, I've seen what some of y'all have done. I've seen even just the quality of your websites and your landing pages. You are not charging your worth. MRR is not the problem. And yes, I'll say it again, there are people marketing it incorrectly. The problem is your attitude toward that. Your problem is you will not raise your price. The problem is you have not looked at your ideal client and you have not raised the bar on your ideal client. And you have to look in the mirror and you have to say, have I raised the bar on who I am? Have I up-leveled? Because as you up-level, your ideal client should be up-leveling as well. So if you're still serving the exact same ideal client from years ago, that's fine, but have you added product to match where you have grown to? Right? So if you have a beginner level product, you keep adding levels to that beginner level product and not really raising your price. You need to separate that out and make an intermediate product, right? I did a paid live masterclass on Facebook ads yesterday, and I made it abundantly clear. There is certain information we are not touching in class today. You got to come back for part 2, intermediate, right? You have to come back for intermediate for us to go into these topics. This is what we're covering today in Facebook Ads Made Easy. Okay? Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? Right? There is a buyer's journey, and the goal is to ascend at each point. Keep moving people from one step to the next to the next. And some people are going to fall off. And that is why the pricing goes up. Am I making sense here? Welcome, sis. Welcome. Am I making sense here? As the price goes up, not everybody is going to go with you. And that is okay. That is okay. That is why Stormy goes out and speaks to the masses, but her goal is to make 1,000 families that are millionaires. 1,000 families, not all the families. She knows not all the families are going to make it to millionaire. She knows that. Okay? So we have to relook at it. Uber, the taxi cab companies, were highly upset about Uber. Uber disrupted. And MRR is not anything new. What is new is the way that it is being packaged and presented. That is marketing. Marketing is 4 P's. Product, price, place, and promotion. The packaging falls under product. The product has existed, but it has gotten a facelift. It has been modernized. It has been feminized is really what's happened with MRR. It has been feminized. MRR has historically been a male-driven product, because you had to have a lot of technological capability with MRR, okay? Then you had people like me who made it a hybrid. So what I would do is I would buy MRR and PLR stuff, and I would strip from it what I needed and feminize it, but not do this stuff with learning PHP and CSS and all that for WordPress. That was just way above my pay grade, right? That was just way above my pay grade, because that's typically what it is. You buy a PLR course, right? And you buy it. Hello, Marta. Welcome. You buy a PLR course. You buy an MRR course, right? And it comes with everything you need to set up a website to be able to sell it. A little mini website, right? It's basically like 3 or 4 pages. You know, there's the main page that sells it, and it goes down and it tells you all the stuff about the product. Welcome, Lawrence. And then there's a button. When you click to the button, you go to order. When you go to order, it upsells you to, you know, from PLR to MRR, for example, or from just the PDFs to videos, right? And that, it was very challenging for a lot of women. We just didn't have the know-how to do that, or the desire to do that. So for me, I got creative. I took what I needed from that and I worked it into my own model. No, I did not plagiarize. PLR is not plagiarizing. What you are doing is, if you understand PLR, and PLR has evolved. That's what we have to understand. There has been an evolution. Welcome, Sheila. So the PLR that is in a lot of these courses and what people are used to is very basic. It should be modified. It should be adjusted. Now, a lot of the new PLR is not all that basic. Some of this stuff you don't really have to do a lot to, other than change the branding, change the name, use photos of yourself, make it your own, right? But that's always been the thing, is you should be making it your own. So PLR has been feminized. It has put together in a way that makes it work for women at scale. That's all that has happened. PLR and MRR have been around for a really long time. And to hate on PLR and MRR at this point, in my opinion, is to hate on women. PLR and MRR is helping women who cannot leave the home because they have a disabled child. I can relate to that, because I have a mother who is getting up there in age who still refuses a lot of help when it comes to caring for my 45-year-old fully disabled brother who does not walk. She does have help, don't get me wrong, but that woman is to her deathbed gonna take care of her son, okay? She retired a little early to be able to do that, okay? So I get it. I've been a mom with small children. And luckily I had my village. I had my grandparents. I had my aunties. I had my siblings, my cousins that were able to help me, and I was still able to pursue my education and career. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Not every woman has that. So the ability to be home and work from home and take care of their kids, everyone should have that right. So who am I to knock those women for doing it? Now, sometimes they need coaching. They need mentoring. So instead of talking about them, how about we create programs to mentor them and help them? Let's stop looking at that as competition or degradation of what you do, because you may have been them at some point, right? You may have been blessed like I was to have the village surrounding you. Welcome, 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 FCB. Okay, so we have to change our mindset about the problem. That is very, to some of the stuff that I'm seeing is very like that, right? And we're better than that, okay? Welcome, is it Tegan to Tiwan Camera? Okay, we have the ability to collaborate. We have the ability to celebrate, okay? I'm gonna tell you this. Thank you for the likes. I'm gonna tell you this. Have you ever seen Gucci say, oh, I don't know, since they have Poshmark and eBay and people are selling Gucci on Poshmark and eBay, maybe we should stop making Gucci. No, if anything, they raise their prices. They come out with new products, right? If anything, they disrupt by doing something that induces race bait, right? I'm not saying go and do anything race bait, but I'm just saying, right? They don't shut down. They're not saying, oh, we're going to shut down. Because I heard somebody say that. I heard multiple people say, oh, maybe I don't. It makes me not even want to call myself a digital marketer or offer my courses. Why? Like I said, Louis Vuitton and Gucci is not stressing, at least publicly, over Poshmark and eBay and consignment shops and that. They are putting out a product that has a high resale value. And they know that. That is just part of the game. But it also helps build them up and increases their value. And as their value increases, guess what they can do? They can raise the roof, raise the price, okay? And like I said, thank you for the likes. Like I said, it is also about raising your ideal client. Welcome, Mama. I can't read all of it. Mama of 3. Welcome, Cussy. Thank you for the likes again, okay? Raise your ideal client. Y'all don't know this, but your insurance agent, sometimes the reason your insurance drops you is really your insurance agent dropped you. Because I sold life insurance, health, accident, and even property and casualty for many years. And here's what I can tell you. When I first got into financial services, it was selling insurance, a whole life insurance, universal life insurance, and working with higher net worth individuals, okay? And what they would do every year, because when you first became an agent, you likely were working through your own network, and those were people who weren't the highest net worth. But as you got more of those high net worth clients, what they would do every year is they would basically fire the bottom 10% of their customers. Just like companies do a RIF. You know, companies that are like Black Belt, Sigma, and all of that. They do a RIF every year, and the bottom 10% of performers get performed out. Not quite the same process, but the same goal, the same end result. In a lot of organizations, that's what happens with salespeople. They either pass along their bottom 10% to newer people to maintain and get the residual on, or a piece of the residual, and they focus on more of their higher net worth individuals and working through them to get to more individuals like that. Did you know that? Drop a 1 if you knew that. Drop a 1 if you knew that. Now, they don't say, I'm firing you because you're the bottom 10%. They don't say that at all. They don't say that at all. No. They just, either send a letter, or the person gets a letter saying, hey, this is your new person. This is who's going to be working with you. It happens, right? This is business, right? We have to have both the masculine and the feminine, and that is definitely more of a masculine point of view and perspective, right? But we need both. We need both masculine and feminine. Thank you so much for the love on this video, okay? If you are finding value in what I am sharing here, I encourage you to go to the link in my bio and visit the third link for DBA. DBA is a community for those who are newer to digital products. It is a community for those who want to get started with digital products. It is also a community for those who have existing businesses to be able to address an underserved market. That is what MRR is doing, especially when it comes to DBA, because DBA is the most affordable MRR modernized, feminized platform out there. Welcome, Allie. I'm going to say it again. DBA, which you can get started with for only $27 today with Klarna, is the most affordable way. And I think that's what some of y'all really have a problem with, and you need to examine. That DBA is so affordable, and you're afraid that because it's so affordable, it is going to steal business from you. And I think in a lot of cases, from my own experience, 30 years sales, marketing, leadership experience working with major brands, double master's degree, marketing and finance, so I know the numbers, bachelor's degree in marketing and Spanish. I do not believe that the majority of people who are purchasing products like DBA and MRR were ever going to buy from you. So it is time to be honest, to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Your business is not where you want it to be, and it's easy to look around and blame MRR for it, to blame DBA for it, when it is not really the culprit. The culprit is you need to, when money gets tighter, everywhere on YouTube, I've seen people of all persuasions, but those who have plenty of experience and knowledge and wisdom are advising to sell to the rich. Sell to the rich. I'm old enough that I was around when the dot-com bubble burst. And that was one of the things that was trending and shifted the marketplace, was they were noticing that designer brands, and like at that time, like Coach was the it girl, especially, you know, amongst us corporate baddies. What was corporate baddies back then, right? Coach was the it girl. People weren't really buying Louis Vuitton. That was really considered something for celebrities and much higher net worth individuals, right? So it was, you know, it was understood that, you know, designer and higher end stuff still did better during the economic downturn because their customers could still afford it. Okay, so sell to the rich. You need to either raise your price or come out with a product that is aimed at a higher end client, or come out with a service for a higher end client. But you might not want to do the work, and that might be the real issue. That may be the real issue, okay? Because I can tell you, as someone with 30 plus years in, I look at DBA and I see it as serving an underserved market. We're serving an underserved market, right? When I speak to someone like Kendra, who joined last night, and hear her situation, you know, when she first came to me, that she said, you know, what do you suggest I do? I can't afford premium coaching right now. Become a part of this community. You're going to get premium coaching in this community. It's not going to be one-on-one, but you are going to be fed. You are going to be poured into. You are going to be a part of something other than yourself. You are going to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Because that's what some of us need. We need to be in the room. We need the community, right? Is what we need. Even myself, with the years of experience that I have. Welcome, Nurse RN. Welcome, Carol. Welcome, G-Baby. Welcome, Peaches. Okay? So DBA, right? You can get started with DBA for merely $27 with Klarna. or $111 today while I am live. You will get all of the modules, which I will go through. You will also get volume 2, which is dropping on Wednesday. Volume 2 is dropping on Wednesday. So if you go to the link in my bio and you click that third button, you can come back here and let us know so we can welcome you and celebrate you. So let's talk the numbers, okay? First of all, what DBA is not, it is not MLM. It is not a pyramid scheme, okay? Resale happens all the time. Like I said, you go on eBay, you go on Etsy, you go on Poshmark, you go on Facebook Marketplace, you will see reselling happening all of the time. You walk into Goodwill, you walk into a consignment shop, you know, that resale. You go to a rummage sale. Resale is a part of the American economy. It always has been, and it always will be. Reselling a product is not the same as counterfeiting a product. It is not the same as, you know, intellectual property and theft. There is a market that they buy a product and they might not like it and they know it has a high resale, because that's how wealthy people move. That's how wealthy people move. They buy stuff, sometimes they don't even use it, they don't even, you know, wear it, and so sometimes they give it away for charity reasons, but most of the time they resell that stuff. Right? They resell it. Or in the case of Goodwill, they might take it to Goodwill. Everybody loves to go to Goodwill in certain zip codes. Right? There is a market that wants those goods and they want to get them in the resale market because they know they don't have to pay the full retail price, but there are certain goods that have a higher resale value than others, and that is okay, right? When it comes to PLR and MRR, it is a done for you product that you can sell. It is a done for you product, right? Someone just asked me about, you know, what do I use and how do I create my courses, right? That sometimes for some people, the best place to start is with done for you products. That's going to help you figure it out. And as you get to serving and you get to, you know, coaching and mentoring others, you will find what you should create a course about. Everybody's path is different, right? It wasn't resale for me, but by coming online, by showing up, by mentoring to the masses through my Facebook group that I had and was free, by showing up and doing free webinars, by showing up back then on Periscope and Facebook Live for free, by having lots of conversations with people coming in my inbox because they saw me as a resource, they saw me as a person of value, as an educator. I began to notice the themes and what I needed to create a course about, right? By being in Facebook groups and seeing the same questions and the same themes coming up over and over again, right? My rule is if the question keeps coming up so many times, I need to either create a free piece of content to address that question as a better use of my time, or create a paid course, right? Or a paid workshop or a paid webinar. I have different measurements to figure out where I should start. But if the same thing keeps coming up over and over again, and it keeps coming to you, it's not necessarily for you to solve it. It's for you to educate on it, right? And you're going to either educate it in a free or a gated and paid piece of content. Because it's all just content. And baby, there is more than enough out here for all of us to eat, okay? So let's get back to these numbers, okay? So if you purchase DBA, it is not MLM, it is not a pyramid, it is resale, right? You are buying done-for-you courses that give you the license to modify them, to market them as your own, and make 100% of the profit, okay? So let's talk numbers, okay? So one sale a day is $111. 3 sales a day is actually $333. 5 sales a day is $550. And 10 sales a day is $1,110. Okay, if you do it on a monthly basis, one sale a day is $333. $3,330 a month. 3 is $9,990. 5 is $16,650 a month. And if you do 10 sales a day, that is $33,300 a month. Okay, and that is not stealing anything from anybody else. We have to stop with the scarcity mindset. There is more than enough out here for all of us. You have to look at your own scarcity mindset. And I am not saying that to be mean. I am not saying that in a judgmental fashion. I am saying that from experience, okay? So it is 12:29. I actually have to go at 12:30. I may come back a little later, but just know that no one is taking anything from you with MRR. Are there people who are out here and doing a disservice to it by the way that they're selling and some of the tactics that they're using? Absolutely. I do not stand by false income claims, for example, or income claims without proper disclosures, right? I come from the world of financial services. So disclosures and disclaimers are big to me. Because I came from a world where if you didn't do those type of things, you could be wearing orange for several years and be facing like $10,000 in fines. So I'm big on disclosures and disclaimers, right? That's why I say things like, don't buy this if you just want to put it on the shelf and then say it doesn't work, because it works, you didn't, okay? And that's not gaslighting, that is just reality. Go to your job every day and don't work and see what happens. Unfortunately with this, there's nobody there to fire you. You know, you basically fired yourself, and you need to tell the truth about that, right? But there are people who just like that negativity and they feed on it, so they love to spread it instead of truly examining it. You know, you can hear somebody say, oh, I bought that and it didn't work, and then you look at their social media and you never see one single mention of it. In fact, they might have 2 posts. Okay, so I do have to go now. I will be back later. Make sure you're following me and go to the link in my bio. There are several freebies there: the Essential Guide to Social Media Engagement, the Conversion Catalyst Checklist, and the Secret to Winning at Pinterest when you are short on time. And you always can click that 3rd button and go ahead and join DBA or any of my other programs. I will see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.